guys, and welcome back to another new episode of How You Do That. Welcome back, guys. Welcome to the show. Yeah.
Thank you guys still for tuning in.
Hey,
Thank you.
Just want to say, let's just address the elephant in the room first.
Who?
The room.
Oh, yeah.
The room.
I thought you were saying who's the elephant.
Oh, lah, bro. I'm the only one closest to the elephant at this point, lah. Please, guys. Guys, if everyone's looking at the video, you might have noticed we are not sitting in the storeroom anymore.
Thank you.
So congrats, guys. We have
we made it out of the storeroom.
I thought the barbershop was good, you know.
Yeah.
And I thought we were gonna come back into the storeroom, but then hey,
No.
Yes. Thank you, Minghan, for giving us a non-storeroom.
It is all together. Everyone has built a community around the show.
Yes.
So props to two guys who I would never have thought we doing talk shows with. Honestly, out of nowhere. Like, hey, from one fella I see on stage playing guitar, another one I seeing on stage dancing. Today we are talking about what diapers to buy next.
Yes.
Because that is like that. Okay, guys, but hey, congrats. We have we repurposed the Dyson episode room to this. So this is the in the middle of us moving. Maybe we're going to have a new set after this also. So who knows?
Yeah,
but
maybe.
today's episode don't have zzz.
You know, did you read the comments? I don't know if you guys saw the last episode.
People thought their car spoiled, right? Sorry. We apologize for that.
People were like, and then I think someone was like, shucks, need go workshop or something like that. I'm so sorry, guys. We didn't mean it, lah.
We were trying new things, you know. Yeah, it was fun, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed the previous episode. And I saw some comments. They said one of the comments really stuck into my head.
Which one?
The one that they say, right, as soon as John spoke about his life, it went into a deep conversation really.
Hey, wow.
Yeah,
now
that
you're
one John
making me
used that
feel
one.
very
Singaporean voice sometimes
self-conscious.
You're
you know?
right.
Okay.
It's like, ha. John like, actually, but life is like this one.
We are all like, hi.
Like that. But the next time we go back there, maybe we have the full service. We didn't even get to shaving.
No, bro, what?
We didn't
I was the
even
only
get-
one being chopped. Y'all two haven't chopped yet, you know.
Because you wore the wrong color that day.
Yeah, that's right.
But see my hair.
Hey, okay, look at that.
All right, what's up?
Fantastic.
Okay, so
Guys.
what's for today?
Today, welcome. We are partnering up with Scott's. So thank you so much, Scott's, for really being a part of the show. Do you guys know Scott's, the brand?
I just want to say thank you for still keeping us on the show. So thank you. If not, all of you guys at home won't be able to watch us, right?
Yeah.
So production not cheap, yeah?
Hey, yeah, just saying, we really are really thankful to the brands hopping on board, to people watching. So Scott's, I grew up with Scott's. I don't know.
Yes, I remember my mom just feeding me.
Yep. So this is a brand. So full circle. Now we are on a show with the brand.
Woo!
Today we are talking about something pretty interesting though.
What?
Because you know, we live in a world where we just want our kids to be the best. We're gonna
The best.
the best at everything.
No lah, the best in their own capability.
The best in the world.
Not enough to get A, you must perform better than the teacher.
Yeah.
We are talking about how do we teach our kids no? How do we teach our kids how to lose? Basically, in this day and age. In this day and age where we grew up in a time where the teachers scold, right? Our parents say, you are at fault lah.
Yes.
Like that. But today, the teachers scold, the parent go to school. I don't know if you probably there soon, maybe. Probably there soon. But
You're there already. You are there already, bro.
my girl kena scold already. It's okay. Talking to her friend, but she don't understand. So she came home one day. Danny, I don't like this teacher. Like, oh, what did he do? He made me look at the wall until recess. I'm like, what happened?
Wow.
He said, oh, because I wear my mask. Then he made me look at the wall. I'm like, cannot be, you wear your mask. Then we went. He said, your punya budak cakap dengan kawan dia tak dengar saya. I'm like, serve you right lah. So we learn lah.
Well, that is a very, very good example.
Correct. She need to learn.
Right.
There is a phrase that's floating on internet. I love just grabbing internet things.
Oh, what?
Tell me what you guys think about it, okay? All emotions are accepted, but all behavior is not.
Facts. That's I would agree with that.
Where is your kid
Yeah.
now in this? Like, I mean, because you know your kid is like below 3, below 5, right? Yeah, like emotion is like whatever lah.
Okay, wait. I think John, your son would be much younger, so the emotion's still okay, I think. But
But his kid is damn chill.
Actually, the son is so chill.
Yeah.
Jade right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness, she's super dramatic.
Okay,
super dramatic. Like I would carry her. She would actually sound me like Dad, put me down. Stop it. Why? My t-shirt crumple. My baju. I would carry her, then she would scream, my baju. I'm like, your baju what?
Oh my
Then she'd
god.
be like, Daddy, don't do that. It's not good. Wow, I kena.
Have you guys started the disciplining?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's hear it because I'm curious.
Let's listen. We're going to a deep conversation
we
right
always
now.
we always set the stage, okay? How old is Zain as of now?
Zain is 23 months.
You see,
21 months. 21 months.
Oh, wow! It's just like yesterday only.
21, 22 months.
Almost two already.
Thereabouts, yeah,
So we're talking about a toddler. This is pure toddler stage.
I mean, so here's the thing. Amanda doesn't want me to say no to him. But it's, for example, we need to tell him what the issue is.
Correct.
Right? So, for example, if he tries to climb my console table and grab my car key, it's not, no, don't grab the car key. It's more like,
Wow.
hey, Zain, hands off, But sometimes I forget and I say no, because you have to understand that
It's in the blood.
I have 2 Dachshunds, so I got 2 dogs.
You're right.
So to my
you're
dogs, right?
It's like-
I just say no. Sometimes I call my son my dog's name as well.
Oh!
Sometimes I call my dog my son's name as well.
Oh!
It's that age.
This
It's
is
that
real
one of
age.
dad
that
things.
thing. So
It's
like
real dad
now I
things.
know, when your parents call you your sibling's name, I understand.
Go through the whole family.
So I mean, we do say like do not do something, but we usually try to explain the reason for it as well.
But it's hard. Toddlers
But
don't
he's
understand.
quite good at, like we feed him his milk. He knows that, okay, after I'm done with my milk, I will close the cap and I'll put it in the sink. I'm not tall enough to wash it, but he will carry it. So a lot of things are very routine, but like before he goes to nap or before he sleeps, he knows that we will read 2 books for him. And it's only 2 books. No more. Because he always sometimes doesn't want to sleep, he wants to read more. But he will go and pick his own book. So he'll select his own book, whatever book he wants to read. Always it's the same one. But like, okay lah, we just deal with it. Sometimes there's some books that are longer than others. Sometimes I prefer the shorter ones.
They will start to know that the longer book means stay out
and
longer.
Like he's quite good lah. Like from young, when he could walk, we would tell him like, oh, you put your pillow back into your bed before we leave the room. Right?
Wow.
So he will know how to put the pillows back and then he'll grab his toys. Yeah. But now he has this habit that he likes to bring his toys into the bathroom to shower and to sleep with the toys. And he's very smart. So he knows he has 2 hands. Right? So he'll pass me 2. So I'll grab 2. Then he'll pass me another 2. Then I'll grab 4. And then he'll hold 2 in his hand.
Wow.
So he has 6 to choose from.
Smart boy.
But I realize I don't mind it because if he sleeps with the toys and when he wakes up in the morning, he doesn't immediately want to get out of bed.
So he
can
mess
snooze,
around.
play in his bed, and then maybe half an hour later, so it gives me another half an hour of sleep. So I don't mind it, but overall, don't really need to say no to him that much. I mean, sometimes here and there lah, but overall, I gotta say he's still quite chill.
He's the chillest,
man. Yeah, he's super chill.
The chillest.
Yeah, he knows what he wants, and if he doesn't get what he wants, I can talk to him. So he'll throw a tantrum for maybe 10 seconds. And then after that, I'll be like, he knows that I'm not going to compromise. And he knows that the mother's not going to compromise. So he's like, all right, man, I'll just deal with it, So not too bad.
Wow, your story versus my story is completely different.
I have a 2-year-old also.
You not just 2 years, you got 2 daughters.
But the second one more pattern.
Oh, mine currently is going through, what I just read was the 3 years old sleep regression, I think.
Oh my gosh.
So what happened is that she's going through a lot of... she's learning a lot of things. She's understanding a lot of things now. So her sleep is somehow
haywire.
Like she would wake up at 1:32 a.m. and would cry for 1 hour straight, screaming at the top of her voice. Jazel, myself, we try to put her to bed, cannot.
Wow.
And then she'll go to bed. And Jazel will have to somehow put a hand on the back or put a hand on the stomach.
So they know they're there.
Right?
Yeah.
So typically 15 minutes later, Jade would be out. Jazel moved the hand.
Wake up.
Straight scream.
Wow.
I was like, I was just stunned because how? Usually if she's already fast asleep, she would not know. But she knows.
Wow.
So now it's so different for me now. It's to understand this stage that she's going through and all. It's a lot lah. That's why now I'm just oftentimes just at home and just
zoning out.
Just with Jade and Jazel lah.
So she doesn't get tired out from school.
Nah, bro.
Wow. Dude, your kid is an energizer bunny.
She is something else. I don't know. And talking about books, I started reading her books. Jazel and I, we take turn to read her book. And yes, it started off with that 2 books. And then she would just crash for a week. The second week, what's next? What's next? Take the next book. Then after that, 3 books, thought you can sleep. No, 4 books. I said, okay, you got 4 already. Okay, what's next?
Calm down.
What's
calm
next?
Down.
What's next? Oh my.
Yeah, they like that 2-year-old stage is when they start connecting things, and they know that if I do this, I can get this. If this happens, then this can happen. But I don't know, man. Like the whole Sarah is different lah. Like now also she doesn't do. I think she's only like 3 months in front
3
of
months
of-
older.
yeah. She learned very cute things. Good thing she's cute, Because if I say no to her, right, and then she will like that. I'm like, who did you this? And then she'll, then she'll look up like that and she'll sit down. I'm like, who did you this?
Jade is the same.
Like, yeah, but I didn't teach you this.
I never saw. I don't know where she learned it too.
So, like, I think no, actually, you're right. Telling a kid no is very hard because you don't tell them, then what?
Yeah.
You just know that. And then there was like this thing that if you tell a kid to get off the bike, all they can think about, right, is the bike.
Yeah.
So, like, you need to give them like
Yeah.
the exit, Like,
Yeah.
And I find that like, that's nice if your kid's paying attention to you.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
right.
If your kid's dangling off something already, right? It's like
Most of the time, yes.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. But so just we just take a quick vote on the table. Compared to us growing up, got get any disciplining at home with
Asian parenting was different back then. Can I just say so? I know this couple. They have 2 boys, and I think they are aged 3 and 4. So 1 year apart, the 2 boys. So went to their house, and they stay in a 2-story house. So the first floor got 1 cane, the second floor got one cane. They got 2 cars.
Inside
Both cars
also
got 1 cane.
No,
each.
okay, the car is wild.
This
The
one
car is
they
wild.
enjoy caning. This one
Then,
they enjoy caning.
I'm like, and they're not too far away from our age. So I asked the father out of pure curiosity. Right? I'm like, does the method work now? He said, yeah, it works like a charm. And I'm like, you say if you got 2 boys, 1 year apart, and they are very energetic, lah.
Yeah.
Very energetic, very opinionated, very
Naughty,
naughty, very naughty,
naughty,
right? And so the cane, the thing is, it doesn't need to be used physically all the time. I mean, you don't actually have to smack the kid.
It's a statement.
It's a statement. Yeah, it is a statement. And I can see how it's effective. To a large extent. It's like a magic wand. You think about it, like it's just a magic wand.
It
like,
is.
you want me to smack you? Okay.
It is. It is.
Yeah. So I'm of the philosophy that I don't necessarily think that caning is a bad thing. Of course, I think my wife would strongly disagree. So if she watches this episode, you all better not cut this into a TikTok.
No, please don't. We need more context in the TikToks.
I think she does. She probably wouldn't agree with this, but for me, I got caned in school. I got caned by teachers.
My first week I got slapped already.
Oh, wow.
Straight across the face, bro. Okay.
I feel like it builds character. That's just
It
to me,
does.
lah. I think definitely in this day and age, a lot of people would disagree.
Yeah.
And then I bet what you like what you said earlier. Like teaching our kids how to lose. I don't like losing, and I feel like in general, like if you teach a kid that it's okay to lose, then the bar just keeps getting lower and lower and
okay,
lower.
like that, lor.
I'll lose and lose, and then Maya. I'll fail and fail, and then Maya.
I think for me, different from him, teaching the kids to lose. For me, it's more like I hope one day that I'll be able to teach her to. You can accept defeat.
Back down.
You can accept defeat, but keep coming back and and keep going. The progression is more important.
Correct. The maybe the more accurate way is like when they ask for something, right? How do you then negotiate that you can't have this now? No, this does not belong to you. No, you don't deserve this. Like the first form of losing that kids will experience is like, I lost my part of the argument. I cannot win against my dad. I cannot win against my mom. I can't get this thing. I think that one, okay lah. Zane is damn chill lah, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You got nothing. You got no story to share here.
Just damn chill. Like when my kid was the age,
No,
right?
but he does try though. Like if we go into a toy store, he will want everything. Right?
Oh,
so I had to
that's
explain
normal.
to him.
Okay.
So I had to explain.
What's
to
the
him
explanation? What's the explanation like?
You're not working yet. You got no money. You cannot buy.
Deep.
It's like. I mean, we tried to explain to him like, we can't have this. Like this doesn't belong to us. Maybe another time. But yeah, you know, maybe at your birthday or a special occasion, then we'll get it for you.
Yeah, he's okay after that?
He seems to understand. I mean, I don't know whether he really understands because he'd be like, okay, then he just walks away. Okay, no.
See, the difference is he walks away. Mine, I will have to drag her out.
Yeah.
She'll be screaming, rolling on the floor just because we didn't want to buy her that toy set.
Right.
Like, it was that scary for me.
But then, okay, so the thing is, sometimes I have to carry him out and he's screaming and so. But I always tell him what's next. So I say, okay, we got to go now. I was like, we're going to go and eat. You know, we're going to go and see, for me, my trick is we're going to go and see your grandfather. Then suddenly he lights up, you know. So maybe you got to tell him what.
Shout out, grandfather. Shout out.
But yeah, I think the first instance of losing is when things don't go their way. I don't know. Like, I think my first kid was more like Zayn. My second kid is definitely more like Jade.
Yes.
And there's like this balance, like, oh my gosh, man. Like, it's not enough. Like sometimes, you know, if you're the first kid, right? Like your parents will say, you see, I set example for your younger kid. Sarah don't care what Haley does, man. Sarah don't care if she's well behaved. She said, okay, I'll just sit down there. No, Sarah don't give no flying horse, man. Like, if Sarah don't get something, she's and there's pure on tantrums. So it's like night and day like
Sounds
that.
exactly like my daughter.
I should do an episode, right, where we split the day into 3 and then each of us take all 4 kids.
Brother, please.
You just gave me chills down my spine, bro. We just go to a playground lah. Just go to a playground, then one father stay there and take care of 4 kids.
You have to go through a meal in public.
Oh my God.
What kind of challenge? This is what Singaporean people think of, to play prank on each other.
This called reality
We would
TV.
never come up with such ideas, man.
Right. One of us bring them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Then we draw lots. Whoever takes the shortest straw had to do dinner because that's when they're grouchy.
I'll just say first, guys. I'll just say first.
Chills, bro.
This show it won't take off. You know why?
Why?
My kids take 2 hours to eat meals. We will be sitting. You guys will be sitting there for an insane amount of time.
Not
My
we
kid
do
don't
it
eat meals.
individually, you know.
She just go there and then play.
I mean, hey.
But hey,
If you guys want to see,
if you guys want to see, make sure to hit the like button down there and give us at least 1 million like lah. You know this. I think 1 million like, then I'll do.
We joke about it. Our kids are not content. We joke about it.
Yeah, we joke.
Okay. Let's get back to it. Saying no to your kids. I think John, you pretty much said the right way to say. Because I think a lot of parents will ask, how do you say no to your kid? And I think the trick to it is like we grew up with only knowing how to say no, but it's what you segue them into lah. It's like what you distract them into somewhere lah, right? If they find that there's a reason to stop doing their behavior, they'll do it.
Yeah.
But if they're a kid lah, if they don't see any reason why I should stop this, they're just gonna keep messing with the plant lah. They're gonna climb something lah. What has worked the best? I guess is it really just saying this is the distraction coming later, or how do you step into that kind of thing?
So I have I have the sofa in my house, right? So there's one part, there's the wooden part, and then there's the sofa itself. So he likes to climb the wooden part because it looks like you can climb it.
And then can jump it.
Yeah, but it's fragile and we don't want it to break, essentially. So when he tried to climb it, maybe a couple of weeks ago, we would tell him like, oh, you don't climb there, but this is the way. You climb this way. And after a while, he kind of gets it. So he kind of gives up on climbing the wrong way.
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's just providing the right alternative. You know,
Right.
if you say, no, don't climb here, and you end there, then he's like, oh, but I want to get on. Maybe to him, I just want to get on the couch.
Correct.
But you're not telling me which is the right way. You're just telling me this is the wrong way. And that, but I can do this, but why are you not letting me do this? We just do it lah. Yeah, we just try to tell him what the correct way is. So even when we eat at the dining table and he's done eating and Amanda and I are not done yet, we will make him sit there until we are done.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll talk to him. I will say, okay, your mom and I are not done yet. You just chill here. Do you want more water? Do you want fruits? Then he'll be like, he can tell us that he's done with his food. Then we'll just take his food there. He can sit there for maybe at least another 15-20 minutes before he
toys
really...
and stuff, or
Sometimes.
sometimes.
Okay.
Wow.
But he's a pretty
well
he's very chill
behaved.
very chill boy.
Wow.
Then
Shout out to him.
have you found anything that works with Jade?
I mean, for Jade, I think sometime last year, she likes to climb on the back of the sofa, the wooden part, the very thin part, right? So it's like, she just want to go there and she cannot balance and she can't really walk much, but she always want to climb because she knows she gets the reaction from the mother, the godmother, myself. Like she climb up and everyone's scared of her falling, right?
Everyone runs there, yeah.
So at that one point, I remember telling myself, let's try the other way. So what I did was I started making it fun for her instead. Every time she wants to go there, I would run to her, not to carry her off it or ask her to come down. I'll say, okay, make sure you balance. Don't touch me. You walk from the end to the other end yourself. So instead of telling her don't do it, I'm training her like it's a gymnastic beam.
Okay, okay.
I said, now just walk. Okay, put your hands out, balance. Every time she balance, she cannot, then she'll hold on to me. Once she could, like after like 2-3 weeks, every time she play, I'll just hold her. She could cross the whole entire beam without holding me, but still having me there. In a way, it's sort of giving her that trust that daddy will always be here to guide you. But at the same time, once she completed that, she's never climbed there anymore.
Oh, wow.
She just got to get the itch off,
Correct.
right?
Yeah,
So it's like, first is it's either I get the itch off because my dad is sort of supporting me, or I'll do it just to annoy everyone around here so that I get the attention. So that was one thing that I learned about it. But eventually she grew out of it. And now when I do that, same thing, it doesn't work.
I realize also sometimes it's not necessarily the word no, it's also the way that it's being said, you know, or the reaction. So like, I think Amanda and I have this thing that, I mean, Zane falls down all the time. Sometimes he falls down, he knocks his head. You can actually hear him, bam!
Oh my God.
You know, and like we realize like our reaction is actually more important than the actual act itself. I mean, of course there is a bar lah, you know, like if he starts bleeding, there was once he fell off and then he started bleeding. Because he fell and we looked at it, there was blood on the floor. Of course we react a lot more
that one hard to not react lah.
you know, but not kanchiong. Like a bit more urgently, but in general, sometimes, you know, there's a small fall, and then I realize, you know, kids, they like the attention, but they at that point of time, they want the attention. You know, but for Amanda and I, like, we were asking, hey, are you okay? Then he'll like scratch his hands, like, yeah, fine, then he continues. You know, then suddenly when we were showering him, we pull his hair up, we see one giant like bruise on there. I was like, oh wow, it's actually
God.
Yeah, then of course we will apply whatever we need to apply. But then we realized that like sometimes it's really not the word in itself, it's just the way that we respond.
It's true.
Yeah.
I think the interesting thing like growing up is like when they are younger and at the 2-year-old stage, 3-year-old stage, like you say, like the emotion behind the word speaks more than the word. And when you're running to them, like Sarah climbs onto shelves like which are this high, and she will look because she knows someone's going to run to her. Then she thinks it's a game.
Correct.
Right?
Maybe she wants the attention.
She likes the
She knows that when she does something dangerous, then there's going to be attention.
Because if I'm working, the only thing that's going to make me stop working is if I see you on top of a shelf next to the fan switch, you know, right? But I think like, okay, like, maybe this is a bit more in the future. Like the biggest thing that I started exercising with Hayley is Hayley found that she loves to play snakes and ladders. A game of complete chance. But she cannot take it if I win.
Snakes.
Snakes and ladders. Really. And it's a very, if you guys get the chance to actually start playing this game with your kid, right? It's a really big rush one, you know. Because when she go up the ladder, it's like, Daddy, it's okay. It's just a game. We'll be here. We'll play again. She hit the snake, go from 99 to 2. You see what happened. You think she want to play the game anymore? You know? But it's like, I found...
I can imagine.
At what age can you teach your kid Monopoly?
Okay, if he's a prodigy,
maybe your son can.
Maybe
Your son can.
Monopoly game. But yeah, I think one interesting thing that we wrote for this episode is like, how do you say no to a kid? How do you disagree with a kid without outrightly making them feel like they lost?
You know? I mean, when they're younger, when they don't know things, I think it's easier because now Jade knows it. When I keep saying no, she would stand her ground, and it's like there's this kid ego in her where she will not back down.
Yeah, because if she's gotten it before, she will stand and say, I want it now or else.
Correct. And it's really, really hard for us. So that's why sometimes it takes an hour to calm her down. And sometimes Jason and I, we will just fight through it because we have to stand on our ground instead to make sure that she understands.
It's true.
So it's really, it's like, every day you wake up not knowing how the day goes with the baby. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it goes crazy.
I think setting rules are like I'm the soft one at home. I because I got 2 girls or more. I think I will be the one who back down first. I'll be the first one saying, I think dear, today no need to go to school today stay home. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I think everyone needs a bit more sleep today.
So you're that dad lah.
Hey man, because I see myself with my kid, I also don't go to school. You know? But yeah, I think like a really interesting thing to explore, like growing up with this whole no, yes, win lose situation is that we as adults now, I think our reflex is immediately we can reason, we have logic, but we always forget that this kid really don't have logic one. Their logic does not, that is how I feel about it. If I feel happy, this is a win. If I feel sad, I lost something. And playing snakes and ladders with Haley is like, hey, this is a game. Like, there's always another time to play. There's like you say, like, what's after this? They take it ultimatum. I lose means, it's over. My day is done. I'm a failure today, Wow, it's rough. Okay, speaking of which, now we go into, I guess, the parenting approach. The I'm right, you're wrong. Oh boy. This one, let's talk about more of our experience growing up. Getting told no when we grow up, when we were growing up. I mean, let's just be honest. Like anyone who's a parent at this point listening to us, probably from the same generation of my way or the highway parents.
Correct.
Right? I don't think we were given a choice.
Nope.
Were there choices?
No.
Or is it like...
Actually, my parents okay. To be honest, like my parents can negotiate.
Okay.
There's always room for negotiation.
Since you were young.
How do you work?
So long, I mean, as far as I can remember, so long as it's not wrong, you're not harming anybody, you're not necessarily like breaking the rules, certain things can be negotiated.
Okay.
I don't think either of my parents were very my way or the highway kind of parents. Yeah. So that's why for me also, I think I'm quite chill in that sense.
It shows.
Yeah, with my son, it's like, as long as it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Like there are nights where, for example, I can tell that he's very energetic. So even though normally every night is 2 books, but that night I see he really wants to do 3 books.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, okay, I will read you 3, and then maybe I'll read you 4. But once we hit 4, I'm like, okay, this is where I draw the line. But I'll tell him, like, okay, now we're on our 4th book. After this, you really got to go to sleep, okay?
Yeah.
But on normal days, most days he would just read 2 and he knows that, okay, this is it. But then there are some days he's like, I just want a little bit more. And I think I'm willing to, more than happy to compromise on that. Yeah.
But it teaches your kid to be like, I will say there's a bigger comprehension behind the 2 books every night. There's only one there's 3. Then he starts to learn suddenly that, hey, it's not a right, it's not a permanent thing, but it teaches your kid, go flexibility
Yeah.
And then parents don't underestimate your kids, man. They suddenly learn to comprehend like, some days they are like extra, some days they are not.
Yeah. And he's at a very fun stage now because he can't really speak to me, but I feel like he understands what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can say really complicated stuff. I'll be like, okay, I got to go to the car, and then he'll be like, all right, then he'll follow me. The other day was really funny. So sometimes Amanda and I we will hang out with him, and then if we need to go to the toilet, we'll tell him we'll go to the toilet. So I was not in Malaysia when it happened. So Amanda texted me. It's like, your son's really funny. I was like, why? It's like, I told him that I needed to go to the toilet. He grabbed my hand, brought me upstairs to my room, and then brought me into the toilet. Yeah, and then said, now you go toilet now. So I'm like, oh wow.
They know.
Yeah, they know, So I think it's a good thing, to really learn how to, I guess, communicate with your
don't
child.
underestimate what they understand.
Yeah.
That is true.
Don't like I put recently because of work schedules now, Suyen put Sarah to sleep. And this was the biggest shock of understanding for Sarah, because she just turned 2 only. There was one day that Suyen was busy, so I started putting Sarah to nap. And Sarah like, okay lah, I guess, And for some reason, she was very cooperative. She just lie down there, she had a milk, she messed around, I pet her a bit, she danced a bit, because, it's calming down, right? But the minute suddenly we heard Suyen open the door to come into the room, she looked up, she looked at me, bye-bye. I was like, so she knows that I'm not the one putting her to sleep. If the mom comes in, it's mom done and dad, you can go bye-bye. I'm like, And
you're not wanted.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Like, it's that, like, I'm not here. Okay, my role is done. It's very like, this girl knows roles and who is doing what at what time already.
Right.
It was such a shock, It's like, okay, bye-bye. I'm like, okay, I'm out. And after that, Suyen went in, straight sleep.
Wow.
She knows she can push for fun, but the minute the mom comes in, it's sleepy time. And that's it. She knows one. And who taught her this? Nope.
Actually, I realized that thing about rules, right? One thing that initially I couldn't really accept was when I think Amanda and I used to think that, okay, if I do this, then you do this, then this is what you do and this is what I do. But I think Amanda really made it very she was quite insistent that I have the ability to do everything that she does as well. You know, so it's quite interchangeable in that sense. You know, so that I could take Zayn from morning to night, and he doesn't see that any of those things are specifically my role. You know, and then Amanda can do everything from morning to night. I mean, with the exception of breastfeeding, you know, back then. But other than that, you know, like everything else, you know, it's like, you know how we say our parents' generation, a lot of men has never changed a diaper before.
I still have friends who've today.
Yeah.
Also,
I can change a diaper with my eyes closed.
Damn.
Yeah. So I realized it's a very
So cool, man.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
It's a good thing. And my method and Amanda's method a bit different. Sometimes he's running around and I just carry him. I was like, all right, man, you don't have a choice.
Get in there.
Get in there.
Pens diapers, guys. Pens
But
diapers.
I realized it's also a very nice moment for me in the morning because that's the first thing I do when he wakes up. He knows it now. You know, he knows it's the routine.
There's an
like, okay, when I get up,
expectation.
before I brush my teeth, I change my diaper first. Yeah, so
orderly, like your son.
But you know, the crazy thing is like, okay, now we really take a bigger step back from the no's and yes and you do this, you don't do this, right? It's about setting the rules of the house. And once the kid, right, and this is the crazy part which I took a while to understand as well, they understand the rules of the house. If you do some kind of like, I mean, we call it routine lah, but there's a certain flow of like, you know, like you said, if dad wakes up in the morning to do this for me, if mom does this for me, they understand that the consistency builds the rules. So when we tell them no, and
they know
kind of get it,
ordinary.
it's out of this, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the step back for like parents who ask like, you know, how do you teach your kids no? I think it helps a lot. Like I know you know the sleeping thing, right? Like if I know Jade is the one that can sleep 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Like last time, like Haley sleep 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock last time, COVID kid lah, right? Because there was no set rule of bedtime for Haley. Because during COVID, it was like, I mean, hey man, COVID, what rules? We just stay at home and have family time together. But when we started moving into kindergarten time, and there was a rule that if you don't sleep at 8 o'clock, you will feel it in the morning when you go out for school, Haley understood bedtime rules immediately. So there was a rule of saying, no more playing, time to go up.
yeah.
And she understand, I'm not losing out on this. It's because I need to sleep. I don't sleep, I'm going to feel it.
I'm going through the exact
The understanding of the
exact
school
period
time.
to teach her. She just went through like waking up is very hard. She always tell mommy, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. She don't even know what's 10 minutes, yeah? Mommy, 10 minutes. I need 10 minutes. Then she go down. Because Jason always said, give mommy 10 more minutes.
Just
So she repeats, mommy, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Today she used 20 minutes. 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, 10 minutes. I was like, okay, this is too much. But she really understands. And then we keep telling her, you need to sleep early, okay? Then she goes, yes, yes. When the night comes and then the book comes out, it becomes a different story.
Yeah. She needs to remember the
So
sleepiness.
I realized with Zayn, since he was young, we do two things to help him wind down. One is a lighting in the room.
Oh yeah.
So we usually in the day it will be, of course, the
Like this kind of thing, right?
the overhead lights, and then we have a lamp with warm lighting. Yeah, something like that. You know, and then the moment it's bedtime, we will only put on that light, and then there's this little elephant music toy that his godmother bought for him.
Oh,
Right, that we've been playing that same toy for him to sleep since he was born till now. So it's automatic. He knows.
He knows, the brain knows.
He can even press the toy himself. He'll go in and he'll press the toy himself. All right, man, you know it's time for bed. And that toy plays for exactly 15 minutes. And the one thing I realized now that he's a lot more aware, if he can't fall asleep within that 15 minutes, sometimes he press again for himself.
Wow.
Yeah, sometimes in the morning when he wakes up, he wants to snooze.
He pressed the toy.
Press the toy.
So he telling you that I need some snooze.
Yeah, so like there was once Amanda and I woke up in the morning around like 8:30, and then we look at it, it's like, why is the toy being played? Then we realized that he pressed it himself. He's like, I still want to sleep, man.
I feel like kids, they all have their own quirks and the things that they like based on what we provide to them. Like, okay, how many Chou and Blanky that your kids have?
Haley has 0.
Okay.
Sarah has all.
All meaning?
Meaning every single nappy cloth is her chow.
Oh, so
And
anything
she has
can
comfy
change.
blankets. So she has, you know, the very thin white cloth. I don't know whether you guys use the nappy cloth. It's her comfort blanket. So
Can
that's
change,
the thing.
Anna.
Thank God. Anything that's nappy cloth is her thing.
Zayn has 2 pillows. Like the small, super soft pillow, but you can change the sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jade, she will And at any given point of time, since she was like, I think 1 year old, when she knows something, it has to be that small pillow, the big pillow, and one thing that is called mummy dress.
Mummy dress.
So Jazel, I'm not even gonna lie, Jazel actually gave like the day when her water broke, she was wearing that dress.
Oh.
After some reason, when Jade understood something, that thing became mummy dress. And from that day onwards, that dress has to be with Jade every time she sleeps. That mummy dress and that 2 pillow. Nobody can hold it. It's Jade's.
So it's her chow chow.
It's her Chou. That is Jazel's dress. Jazel's favorite dress.
So cannot wear already.
Cannot. This is a sleeping dress.
But can wash her.
No, now
Go wash her.
Of course, go wash. But Jade likes to wear it. She wear the dress like Superman. Then she'll turn it around. She's a chef. She'll do a lot of things with that. But that tree is her Chou.
Yeah.
Nobody can take from her.
Wow. Got ritual.
Got ritual. Man.
Chou
Don't have that
ritual.
3 things, she cannot sleep.
My goodness.
My son is just obsessed with anything with wheels. Yeah. He's just obsessed with anything with buses, lorries,
I think
trucks.
a lot of boys are like that, you know. My nephew is exactly, I went to his house, so many car toys. If I have 10% of that when I was a kid, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Don't
So
say-
like in my housing area, the security guards, they ride around these motorized bikes, right? And then they will always horn at him because he loves it. So he'll look at them and he'll beep beep, then they'll press beep beep.
He'll say,
Yeah. Then you know how like when we drive past the security post, we will always say bye and hi to the guards. I mean, it's a ritual for us.
Yeah.
He also, you look at the guard that he
Hi. yeah, it's a thing because
I can imagine his face.
we grew up with that, right? Hi, boss.
yeah.
So Haley goes, hi, boss.
And then Zayn, one thing that does really, really funny right now is that he's obsessed with restaurant menus. Because whenever the mother and I go, we will always open them. And I like physical menus. I hate the QR code menus. So I will still ask if it's just, you scan the QR code, I order, like, you got a physical menu. So when the menu comes, now Zayn wants to take the menu and he must flip every single page.
Wow.
And then he also learned that once he's done flipping the page, he will look out for the waiter, he will call the waiter.
wow.
But he doesn't know how to order, obviously.
The waiter just comes.
Then sometimes when the foods arrive, he look at the waiter, then he'll call the waiter.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes the waiters will come. And I'll be like, no, actually, it's just calling.
Wow.
I like to see a 2-year-old try to order.
He really, the
No, but
mirroring.
they really mirror the parents.
Wow.
That's what I really learned. Yeah.
I mean, okay, speaking of which, we comes to the heavier point, right? We talk about what we do now, and like you said, like I think we are more open and aware to the fact that actually there's a lot of things we both can do, like as mom and a dad, and there are different things you can do. But to a certain extent, there's also the whole study of, you know, when a kid is with the dad, certain things trigger the oxytocin, which is the bonding chemical, right? The fun. And with the mom, it's the nurture and the care, right? So traditionally along that line of thought, right? At the end of the day, dads get the tag of the fun parent, but also the disciplinarian. You know, how do you find that balance personally? I don't know whether it's too early to say disciplinarian yet. Okay, but me personally, because 6 years old already, 1 and 2 years old, naughty 2 years old, disciplining girls, compared to when I was growing up, right? My dad just, hey, no talk already, bro. I walk in the room, means someone getting beating already, you know. Like the experience of becoming the fun and the disciplinarian parent, very interesting. So something was very interesting I can share you, because just so happened yesterday only. I had to scold Haley because she was not listening and she almost ran into an oncoming car, which was dangerous lah. And wow, I can tell you, the minute that happened, right, all the parental classes learning grip my head immediately, because you want to shout, you know, like, no, save the kid first. So I walk across, then I said, Haley. And then I for the first time, it was a very intentional disciplining, right? Like, we told you to hold the hands, we told you to do this, we told you to do this. You understand or not? She looked at me. Why are you like this teacher? What? Because there's one teacher, the one that scolded her. At that moment, she said, I don't like you, you're like Mr. Y. I'm like, oh shit. So it was so interesting because when I am angry, she doesn't have an image of me being angry. She says, you are my teacher. Right. I'm like, yes,
maybe you need to
I'm
be
not
angry more often.
Yeah, I guess. But like also like, yes, maybe I'm not the angry figure, you know. But for the first time, like, shucks, I'm actually disciplining her. It's like, don't be like Mr. Y. I don't want to say his name lah, but you know.
Oh, his
Mr.
name is
Y.
not actually Mr.
No,
Y.
it's not Mr. Y. He's like, you're Mr. Teacher.
Right.
I don't like it when you're like Mr. Teacher. I'm like, do you know why? And then
I wouldn't like it if you got hit by a car either. So,
I told her that, like, you want to go hospital, you want to get scolded, you can ask, right? But like, I think the disciplinarian as guys, guy to guy, I think going out as Zayn is going to be definitely a different journey, right? But guys disciplining girls are like, it's different, no? It's really like a guy to guy when you get rough, right? It's a different understanding when you get rough as a guy to a daughter.
I've choke slammed him before. I have like, I have lived out my WWE fantasies with my son. All done already, And he enjoys it. The best part is that he enjoys it. It's like, Zayn, you want to do powerbomb? It's different.
I did once with Sarah, she started crying. So I tried, but hey, I guess the real trick is I think the patterns we set going forward, if we are leaning into that disciplinarian parent role.
Just now what you said, right? It actually happened, I think, last week. It was because she just started the whole entire not sleeping thing and then waking up in the middle of the night. So Jason and I both took turns to discipline her at that night because it was already 4 a.m. She was crying from like 3:30 all the way to 4:30 a.m.
4 a.m. is rough, man.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard. So then we got a little bit, like when I was disciplining, I got a little bit angry already. So I stepped back. Jazel came in. Jazel was calming her down already. Then Jazel had to step away. Then I come in to try to calm down again. At that point when I went in, right, Jade look at me. Daddy, mommy, not best friend. Because we always say, who's your best friend? Daddy and mommy. She said, then she cried, she looked at me.
Oh, I feel that.
Ili's best friend. She was like, Daddy, mommy, not best friend.
Oh, God.
At that moment, I was like,
inside the father heart. Like that.
It's like, she got so heartbroken that we scolded her that in her head, she decided that we are no longer her best friend.
But you scolded her because she wasn't sleeping.
No, because she wanted to scream and then we say, stop crying. No, I want to cry. Can I cry? Then she, wah! So she did on purpose. Then we of course, at first, me and Jesus just don't do anything. We just keep quiet. Let her cry. Let her cry in the dark. It's okay. Then she knows you're not going to give attention. That's when she starts screaming on top of her lungs.
And this is all in your room.
It was downstairs. It was downstairs, just outside.
At 4 o'clock in the
At
morning.
4 o'clock in the morning?
Yes.
Oh, but y'all weren't sleeping yet?
No, we were sleeping already. We heard it.
This was it this the sleep training one with the godmother, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because she was sleeping with us, then the godmother came back, but she couldn't sleep with godmother. After that whole entire 1.5 hours, we brought her up, sleep with us, right? 15 minutes, she went to bed. We're like, So it's very hard because she's now very, very attached to Jazel, which is okay. But the problem is then it's very hard because no one else can then take her and put her to sleep, but only Jazel can.
You two have very extreme differences where she's very attached to the sleeping time, where Zayn is super independent from day one, right? Like the sleeping time. But
there are days that he would be a bit...
They're kids.
But I learned also, like, when he's like that, I usually don't force him to sleep. So like there was once, I think Amanda and we brought him to Singapore, flew in the morning, and then we planned our schedule in such a way that he could sleep when his normal sleeping time. I mean, there's no time difference, right? So it's like, okay, and then he just refused to sleep because maybe different environment. And then I was like, okay, you don't want to sleep, let's go shopping. So I put him on the stroller, I brought him out. Within 5 minutes, he fell asleep on the stroller. Which actually was very important for me because I'm also trying to train him for our next holiday. Because our next holiday, I don't want to bring him back in the afternoon to nap in the hotel room. It's like, you better go and sleep in the... So I was afraid that he might be too spoiled in a sense where he's only comfortable in his room. But I feel like if he's tired, then he would sleep.
If he's tired.
And sometimes he naps 4 hours, sometimes he naps 1 hour. But to me, it's like, I don't really calculate it. So I take note that, okay, if today you nap 1 hour, means tonight you're gonna knock out a bit earlier. So that I try not to keep you up to like 10. But there are days where you sleep 4 hours from like 1 to 5. So maybe tonight if we stretch to like maybe 11. Oh no, not 11, like 10. 10 it's still okay,
Okay.
Yeah, so we try to balance. And Amanda and I, we have this thing where we keep each other informed. So like however long he's napped, if let's say like right now I'm here, then she's at home. Then if I go home and Amanda went out, then she'll tell me that Zayn went to bed at this time. You just don't let him oversleep and just wake him up whenever.
The WhatsApp chat, 1 p.m, 4 p.m, slap, this one.
Oversleeping thing is no joke with Jade. She napped a 30-minute extra That means another 2-3 hours wake up to stay awake.
Yeah.
A nap can never be more than 2 hours.
Yeah. Actually, the funny thing of the driving one is moving to like this part of celebrating the small wins, right? Like kids will remember the no. Confirm. You reject them, you say no, they lose, they remember. But I think the interesting part as a parent is, what do we consider a win with your kid? How do they remember that? And actually, I think like what you did, right? Like even for Haley and Sarah, when we give in and they win the argument, like they want to sleep, I think they remember the most when, okay lah, we go for a drive. Happy oh? And there's a win also, of course, go drive. That's it.
Yeah.
KO the whole time. Like the whole, I don't want this, I want to go out, I want to do this. I think the win is like, when we give in that one time very intentionally and we set the stage for it, the next time we have to say no, right? It works because they know. They know that, okay, Dad, you gave me in one time. Okay, I'll do this time. Like they can reason very well. So I will consider that a win if we manage to establish a place where they know the consequence of no, they know the consequence of yes, and then they start to understand like, okay, what happens if one of this happens? If one of this, when can I push and pull? When should I not push and pull? But I think that's important as well. We grew up in a culture where there's a lot of like, hey, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. But when can you actually remember your dad say, okay, go do this? You know, that's something that stood out to me in terms of like you know, like they want to climb the thing, right? Then one day we just brought her to a climbing gym. Climb, go, do.
Yeah.
Then suddenly when she came home, right? Actually, I cannot climb the furniture. If you want to climb, I have to go to the playground and climb. Wow, win.
Yeah.
That one immediate win, you know.
No, and one thing I learned also is like not to make habits something like certain things that needs to be done every day, like showering or brushing teeth. You know, I always not make it look like it's a chore.
Oh yeah, important.
So like sometimes, because my son showers in his room upstairs. He has his own toilet, right? So to bring him to shower, it's really, there's a stairs to climb up, you know. So he can climb the stairs himself. So I always make it an effort. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but I always make sure that he wants to go upstairs, that he knows that it's shower time. Yeah, rather than like, oh, you know, he's playing and then I just grab him and just carry. It's easier to do that, you know, but then the moment you put him in the shower, then we are wrestling for like a good 20 minutes, you know. Yeah, then I realized that actually if I make him want to do it, you know, it's a lot easier. Sometimes it takes a bit longer because then I'll just tell him, okay, Zain, 5 more minutes, okay? You know, after 5 minutes, you know, we're going to take your toys, we're going to go upstairs, we're going to take a shower.
The inception.
Yeah.
Actually, it's your idea to bathe.
Yeah. So then after that, like, okay, wait, all right, 5 minutes is up, I'm going to go up, you're going to follow me? You're going to come? Then he'll look at me, then he'll like, Dada, then he passed me like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 toys. Say, okay, I got 6 toys. Okay, I can't carry any more already. You know, then after that, he'll be like, okay.
Do you feel like if you treat him like an adult, he actually responds very logically one?
A little bit more, yeah.
And at times, not every
No,
time.
not every
everyone.
time.
Not every time. They're still 2 years old.
Honestly, 50% of the time,
yeah,
very
not bad.
good.
Not bad.
I will take the win.
That's the wins.
Win. So really nowadays, I think when it comes to learning, something that I think not just me, but we all learn as being a parent, as dads, is not a kid thing. It's a together thing with the parents. And if we want our kids to understand winning and losing, are we giving them an example of how to be a good winner or a good loser, a good yes or a good no? You know, because they watch, you know, the mother say no to us, what do we do? The mother say yes to us, what do we do? Are we setting an example? You know, if you want them to be good at studies, you can't just say, oh, go and study. What are we providing at home? Are they having the right books, the right places to study? But most importantly, you know, are we giving them the right resources, the nutrients for their heads to grow, their brains to grow? If we want to do the bare minimum, like my grandma always said last time, you want to study hard, I cook for you fish. So today, what we can do, we learn about DHA, so DHA related things. So this is the part of the episode where I'm just going to say, finally I can touch this, guys. Scott's brought to you this episode today by Scott's. This is the Scotch DHA gummies. I don't know if you know what DHA is for.
No, please tell us.
DHA is for brain development. DHA supports brain development. This Scott's DHA gummies is for kids aged 5 years old and above only. So I think just as a practice for kids and parents out there, whenever you get something, please read labels. Very important. Don't just simply what, but always read the labels prior to any use. And as a general rule of thumb, whenever you have a product like this is not a substitute for meals and not substitute for diets. Please understand, okay? This, like Scott's DHA gummies, you don't have to worry about syrup, medicine, the kind of things. Like DHA helps with brain development, doing good and good brain development, do good at school, do good at understanding emotions, doing good at understanding in general.
And do good at home.
It's
very important to do good at home.
It smells great, man. I don't know about you guys, because I have allergies, right? One of the more interesting things that we practice at home is, if my kid is going to eat something, guess who got to eat with her?
You?
Yeah. So we have one spoon for her, one spoon for me. And after that, my kids see. So, well, the next day, until together lah. But the minute she sees me eating it, then she enjoys it. And nowadays, it's like, it's very straightforward. Haley is a champion and like, okay, I understand, I need this. Okay, eat.
What about Sarah?
Sarah is Happy New Year still, so we'll get there one day.
Yes, Jade also no.
No.
Me and Jason would be like, yeah, this is so nice. She'd be like,
don't lie.
Yeah.
No.
She don't want. She's I look at Jade and I ask her, I said, who told you can choose? Like, who told you can decide?
Who told you can choose?
Like we never got the choice when we were younger. Like, wear this shoe, dear. No, I want this shoe. Who told you can choose? Like, wait, how? When? Really? Really, right? Like Jade.
It's true,
this is what she did. She's like, Daddy, sit.
Oh.
I said, why? Daddy, play with me.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Right. Then that got me thinking. Then I started asking some of my friends. I said, when you growing up, did your parents sit down and play toys with you? Do you remember not playing whatever toys that you had that time? Your parents sat down, your father and your mother sat down and play toys with you? Or did they say, 小孩子去那边玩? Small boy, go there play. Don't come here where the adult is at.
Yeah.
But nowadays, my friends are all here. Daddy, sit. Guys, wait. Yeah, baby, what are you playing? Oh, yeah.
But you see, you also do lah.
No. But I'm saying is, it's different because I actually enjoy doing that because that's something that I get to do with my
kid. I feel like right time and place. So like when my house, I have guests over, like my son knows that, okay, this is where it's at. If you want to sit there and play your cards, you cannot expect everybody to come to you. So you got to come to us. But
good training.
Yeah, it doesn't work all the time.
But because daughter cute, everybody go play with her. Then everybody give her attention.
Again, time and place, right? Rules, regulations. Sure, just say what you want.
I think you'll never get it fully.
I think I'm the one who need DHA lah, bro.
Hey, wait, you're in luck lah, bro. Today.
Let me swallow the whole.
But yeah, guys, thanks. Hopefully, this is a nicer structured episode for everyone out there because we usually get like a lot of questions after episodes. Hey, in our Telegram group, go and join us there. Thanks for all the new people coming in. It's nice meeting you guys. Today, I hope on your own journeys in terms of whether it's eating something, saying yes, saying no, you find your small wins with your kids and you celebrate them. Don't always focus on the discipline and the no. Celebrate your kids.
And win or lose, you're still gonna wake up the next day. You guys are still gonna spend the next day together.
Your kid's gonna be there still.
Yeah, you're still gonna be there with your kid again. So
unless you send him to boarding school.
Okay, that's what that is a topic for another episode. But for today, shout out to Scott for being on this episode with us. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Please subscribe. See you guys. Bye.